welcome to another episode of Hoosier Nerds Broadcast with your host, Mikey
Broadcast.
Tim, and the two Chris's. No Tim today. He's very busy at work, he said. That's what he put in the group chat, that he was very busy at work. So no Tim today. It is Big Game Sunday. Can we say Super Bowl or will the NFL sue us?
This was for last week, so we can say it again. Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl.
Okay, so no Super Bowl Sunday. It's before the game, so we don't know who won yet. I don't really care who wins, honestly.
As long as it's not today.
Huh?
I got money on the Bucks, so let's root for the Bucks, guys. I got money on heads.
If my parlay hits, I'm gonna be I'm gonna have a lot of money in my pocket.
He's gonna have $25.
No, I'm gonna have $2,500 in my pocket. Actually, no, $25,000 in my pocket.
But parlays never hit.
Yeah, they do. I hit a $100 parlay in the summer.
How many parlays have you played since?
More than I need to tell you.
See, there you go. So there's your odds.
But I'm positive because of that $100 parlay. Because I only put like $5 down.
Oh, okay. Well, before we get to our topic today, we got a few movie news, I guess. Streaming news.
TV shows, streaming shows, whatever.
So what I found out, when was this posted? This was posted today. New Transformers movie, working title, timeline, and details revealed, ? So the director is Steve Capel Jr., which he directed Creed 2. So it is supposed to be called Transformers Beast Alliance. And it will take place in the Bumblebee timeline and will be set in the 1990s. This is according to MovieWeb. So it's going to be set in the film will have a flavor of a heist film that will span from Brooklyn to South America. So it's like Fast and the Furious with Transformers.
Oh no! Just we need a Transformers heist movie.
It's like Fast and Furious with Transformers.
Yes.
All I can think of about heist movies anymore is a Rick and Morty episode. Say no more.
There's no confirmation on which Transformers will appear in the movie, but the working title strongly suggests that the 90s series Beast Wars will be brought to live action in some capacity.
Beast Wars is pretty good, though.
There you go. So we got looks like that Paramount is pushing for another Transformers movie.
I think they are squeezing. They are squeezing every bit of money they can out of Transformers. I feel like there's so many titles that they've done with Transformers, and I really don't care for any of it.
Bumblebee was okay.
It says a late spring, early summer shooting schedule. And now, is this new? It talks about a 22. No, this is old. But it talks about the Transformers getting a summer 22 date, but that goes clear back to May, so we don't know how real that is. But that's the movie news I've got so far. I think that's all that we've got.
No,
Morgan Wallen's been kicked out of everything country because he said a racial slur in a video. He's a country star. Actually, he's one of the hottest country stars out right now. His name's Morgan Wallen. He said a bad word that you're not supposed to say. Well, he called somebody a bad word. It is a bad word. So he said a bad word, and it was on video, but it wasn't a racial slur, but it was a racial slur. Does that mean anything?
Yeah.
He used a racial slur without making it racial. Let's put it that way. So, like, his record labels dumped him. He's been kicked off the awards shows. Radio stations won't play his songs anymore. But his sales and songs have gone up 300% since this has happened. Because people feel like he's being wronged.
Yeah.
Because everybody else can sing about it, and it's no big deal. So.
Was it the same word that PewDiePie said on the
bridge?
The bridge, yeah.
I
think so.
I don't know.
It rhymes with the part of a gun that you
Oh, okay, yeah. So it is the
you
same.
squeeze
It
to
is the same
shoot
word.
a gun.
Oh.
Did he use the hard R or I don't know.
No, it
Yeah.
wasn't.
Oh.
He was like, well, it wasn't like a hard R. He was like his buddy, like they were drunk, and his buddy was leaving, and he was yelling at him, and I think is what it was.
Oh,
It came out.
It was a PewDiePie bridge incident, you know.
So
Yeah.
there was no intent. I mean, you know what I mean? You still can't use that word, but there was no
Yeah.
intent behind it. There was no
No.
maliciousness behind it. He just got caught saying it. So, Morgan Wallen is, yeah.
I still listen to Whiskey Glasses, so who cares? I won't. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's bad of me to be like, everybody else writes them off, but I'll still listen to them. But
Yeah, I feel the
it
same
doesn't.
way.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a fan of his anyway, so it's no big deal. But I mean, there's been a lot worse said by other people who haven't been canceled. So
Mikey and I grew up in the wild west of Xbox Live party chats, so we're pretty immune to any of that. If any of those recordings ever come out of how our party chats were, or even public chats, Mikey, we'd be in trouble.
Yeah. I wonder if like Microsoft has those like saved, like anybody could, like just in their hard drive, like they open up a door, it's got all their servers, like, and this is the cancellation possibility, like servers where we could keep all those bad chats, and they could just, if anybody tries to backstab Microsoft, it was like, well, back in 2006, you wrote this. It's like, oh, okay.
Oh, Mikey's running for president. Time to release his Xbox party chat.
Wait, hold on. Here we go. Here's some interesting news from MovieWeb. Casey Anthony is producing an authorized documentary about her daughter's death. Are you
Is it
kidding me?
Be where she admits?
Huh?
Is it going to be where she admits she killed her?
She didn't. I don't think she killed her.
It's like OJ's book, like, this is how I did it if I did do it, or something.
I don't think she did it.
I don't think OJ did it either.
I lived in Florida. That happened in Orlando, and I lived in Florida at the time when all of that was going on, including the trial. I watched a lot of that trial. They did nothing to prove that she did anything. There was no hard evidence that she did anything, and that's why she walked, because there was no evidence.
Yeah, it was all circumstantial. I do think her dad did something about it.
I think her dad was in on it. That's my theory. I think her dad disposed of the body. I think she drowned in the swimming pool. That's just my theory. But I think she drowned in the swimming pool, like they said in the trial. And I think her dad disposed of the body, helped her because he tried to off himself at one point.
Mm-hmm.
And she is dumber than a box of rocks, and she's a compulsive liar. So you never know what is true or what is a lie coming out of her mouth.
So how do we know the show is actually, or the documentary is actually going to happen?
Well, this is true. So she's teaming up with a couple of movie producers to develop the movie described as an authorized documentary with Anthony executive producing. Where does she get the money to executive produce a movie? I can't even get money for my documentary. And
she's probably made a lot of money off of this. Books.
She ain't got no book. It would be like a Dr. Seuss book. Because she told the police that she worked for Universal Studios. Well, she did at one point. She took them to this place, and she was like, "Yeah, the office is down this hallway." And they like went down the hallway, and she like opened up a utility closet or something. So she's just not. I don't know. That's a train wreck to watch. That's for sure. So we'll have to check that one out.
Hopefully the book has pictures, though.
It probably got pop-up pictures.
A pop-up picture?
It is. It would be a pop-up book.
Yeah.
Impressive.
So, did you guys see the trailer for the Pacific Rim animated series?
No.
I did.
I'm interested. I love Pacific Rim, but
yeah, I'm trying to figure out the timeline of it. Is it
same.
is it like after the two? Because if it's after the two movies, it really doesn't make sense. Because I thought like they kind of like closed the portal or kind of wiped out their
Yeah.
living in space, but I don't know.
I guess we'll probably find out. Kind of like on WandaVision, we just found out that it's happening after Endgame. Spoilers, but
Yeah.
Well, I have not seen this episode this week, so.
Well, I had to. So you know how last week everybody was starting to come back from Endgame when they snapped everybody back, or did you see last week's, Chris?
I saw last week's episode. Yes.
Okay, so I had to. Kimberly and I were watching it. I paused it. I was like, we cannot watch this because she hasn't seen Infinity War or Endgame until last night, and it was. I don't say it was awesome, but it was like. It was nice seeing her reaction because she cried for like the entire last half of Infinity War. I was like, that's exactly how I felt when I was watching that in theaters. And then same for Endgame.
Yeah, it'd be nice to like go back and experience like that, watching it for the first time again.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's really nothing like it. That's a lot of movies and stuff. It's like watching it for the first time. It's a good feeling.
I wish I could do that for Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Because I want to go back and rewatch Game of Thrones, but it's like I still have that show burned in my head. I just don't remember what season stuff happened.
So I would kind of like to go back and rewatch Star Wars. Like I've never seen it again. Not like all of them. But then I could, then I would have to remember how shitty the first three movies are. Well, the first two movies are. So.
Well, if you go back and wipe your memory on all 6 or 9 of them, I forgot about the last 3. You'd probably think the latest 3 are the best.
No.
Well, it's just like our generation thinks episodes 1, 2, and 3 are the best, or at least 2 and 3.
No. Well, I've got Rogue One up there. Rogue One's up there before. It's better. I liked Rogue One better than Empire. Or not Empire, but Jedi. Return of the Jedi. You just can't say Jedi anymore. They ruined it when they named The Last Jedi.
Well, Return was the worst of the originals.
Yeah. Because
we always go on Star Wars, but oh well.
Because it rules our world. Mm-hmm. But anyway, we digress away from Star Wars and we get to the topic at hand. Unless you guys got any more news, I have nothing.
No.
I got some news.
What?
You're a boomer. I confirm.
Guess my ass. Okay. So with today, this afternoon, we are bringing up Super Bowl halftime shows through the years. What was the best and worst? Of course, they had a halftime show. Actually, had a halftime show way back at Super Bowl I. So Super Bowl I was in 1967, which explains why we're at 55. And that was the performers that year were.
I got it right here if you want me to.
The University of Arizona Symphonic Marching Band and Grambling State University Marching Band. Al Hurt, Anaheim High School, High Steppers Drill Team, and Flag Girls. Now, why can't we get that? Now, Al Hurt, I guess at the time, he was a trumpeter. He was a trumpeter and band leader. He's got a bunch of million-selling records. He did the theme song for the Green Hornet. Okay, well, that's kind of cool. So he might have been somebody back in 67. I don't know. I don't know who Al Hurt is. It was mostly through the years. I mean, it was, Grambling State played a lot of halftime shows. You had Florida A&M would play halftime shows. A lot of bands and a lot of high school bands and college bands. Super Bowl IV, I guess you've got the Super Bowl IV was held at Tulane Stadium in New Orleans, right? So this is before the Superdome was built. It's January of 1970. They had Marguerite Piazza. Anybody know who that is?
No.
American soprano, entertainer, and philanthropist from New Orleans. Doc Severinsen, that's a big name. He was a band leader on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. Al Hurt again. That guy was popular. Lionel Hampton, which he was a band leader. I've heard of Lionel Hampton. And the great Carol Channing. What Carol Channing did, I have no clue. Maybe she sang. But Carol Channing was what a halftime show. Doc Severinsen and Carol Channing. Welcome to the Super Bowl halftime show. I'm Carol Channing. Super Bowl 6 had Ella Fitzgerald. And Carol Channing's back. They couldn't get enough of her for Super Bowl 4. They brought her back for Super Bowl 6. Andy Williams in Super Bowl 7. That's a big name.
I don't know who that is.
Andy Williams? Are you kidding me?
No.
He's like, he had his own TV show. He's like, kind of like Bing Crosby kind of singing guy.
Okay.
So you basically were just peppered with marching bands.
And TV personalities.
And yes. And
Super Bowl 11.
No, wait. What about Super Bowl 11?
That Walt Disney produced.
Oh yeah, the New Musketeers, right?
Mm-hmm. With an audience card stunt.
Whatever, an audience cards. That must be where they flip it, for different colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, they brought out the staples of Disney hits that year with "It's a Big, Wide, Wonderful World," the Mickey Mouse Club theme, and "It's a Small World," to name a few. 1980 is the first year that Up With People showed up.
What is Up With People? Is that like a band or something?
Okay, this says, let me open this in another. Up With People is an American nonprofit organization that uses a 5-month program involving the performing arts, volunteering, and various workshops focused around intercultural communication to teach young adults how to interact in multicultural. It was like a dancing thing.
It's like a national band or national like marching band or dance group.
Okay, so do you remember the South Park episode with Getting Gay with Kids?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Oh, okay. Okay, is that what they're making fun of?
They perform, yes, yeah. Getting Gay with Kids is making fun of Up With People. They were in Super Bowl 14, 17, and 20. Up With People were. So that's awesome. Oh man. You just had a bunch of the first one. The reason, okay, so what happened was, they were spotty. They did have they had they didn't. They had some guy named Elvis Presto. They just had cheesy acts all the way through. I mean, believe it or not, Super Bowl 22, which is 1988, they did have Chubby Checker and the Rockettes. So
I like that name, Chubby Checker.
Chubby Checker. He was the come on baby, let's do the twist. That's Chubby Checker.
Oh. I'm glad you know that. That doesn't mean I had no idea.
There wasn't anybody. Okay, so here it is. The biggest thing ever. Okay, I remember this because I remember this. So it's 1992, Super Bowl 26. Who played in Super Bowl 26? Does anybody know?
No.
Yeah, all right. Super Bowl 26 was
Bills.
Okay, so it was the Redskins and the Bills, which I think the Bills got blown out.
Well, that was that was their 4-year losing streak.
Yes. So during the halftime, so In Living Color was a skit show, right? Like Saturday Night Live, kind of. And it was produced Keenan Ivory Wayans, and it had his whole family on there, and that's where Jim Carrey got his start. David Allen Greer got his start. Marlon Wayans, Damon Wayans, they were all on there. Kim Wayans, they were all on this show. So during the halftime, they aired a live show on In Living Color, and it says it was one of the first deliberate attempts at counter programming. The show drew 22 million people away from the Super Bowl telecast, who had Gloria Estefan and Brian Boitano and Dorothy Hamill, ice skaters Brian Boitano and Dorothy Hamill, and the University of Minnesota Marching Band. So, 22 million people. I remember we switched over to watch the In Living Color sketch. And let's see here, which was hysterical. That's when they did the. Sorry, it's so funny. Hang on, I'm getting to it. It had Damon Wayans and.
What the heck?
Sorry.
That's the Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the Big Bang Theory.
That's the Big Bang Theory. So they played these two like homosexual guys. It was David Allen Greer and Damon Wayans, and they played these homosexual guys, and they were like talking about like the great football players, and they were like, well, I like Dick Butkus, and my favorite football player is Bob Greasy. I remember all this. It was freaking hysterical. So the next year, Michael Jackson was the halftime show. So that was 1993, which was Super Bowl 27, which was the Cowboys. I think it was the Cowboys and the Bills, wasn't it? I believe.
Yeah.
So Michael Jackson, he performed Jam, Billie Jean, Black or White, We Are the World with the Children's Choir, and Heal the World. So then they took off from there. They had country singers.
They had the Blues Brothers, Dan Aykroyd and Belushi one year.
Wow.
That was 97.
Yeah, Super Bowl 31, which was the Packers. Oh, that was the Packers and the Patriots. That's Favre won that game. That was Favre's Super Bowl. But they had the Blues Brothers, ZZ Top, James Brown, and then of course you got Boyz II Men, Smokey Robinson, The Temptations, Queen Latifah. It just kind of snowballed from there as far as big names.
I mean, now it's considered like you're not like it's like your breakout thing now.
I would say their first humongous Super Bowl show was Super Bowl 35, which was the Giants and the Ravens.
Who was that?
MTV. That was NSYNC, Aerosmith, Britney Spears, Mary J. Blige, and Nelly.
Oh yeah.
Because before that, you had Phil Collins, Christina Aguilera, Enrique Iglesias, and Tony Braxton. And Disney produced that. You had the Big Bad Voodoo Daddies playing in one. Gloria Estefan played a lot. I don't know why she played so much. So that's when it really started to take off. Then U2 did Super Bowl 36, which they did a great job.
I was about to say that's probably. I'd like to go back and watch that again because they did that a tribute to the September 11th attacks, which was the year prior. So
yes,
I'm sure they did a great job doing that.
That was a great Super Bowl half. Some of these are forgettable because I don't remember Shania Twain, No Doubt, and Sting. That was 37.
I don't remember that one either.
And then of course, the big controversial one was Super Bowl 38, which was New England and Carolina. That was Brady's first Super Bowl, I believe.
That was the shirt getting ripped off.
Yes, the breast being shown. Yeah, Jessica Simpson, Janet Jackson, P. Diddy, Nelly, Kid Rock, and Justin Timberlake. Nobody remembers any of that. They only remember the end of the. That would have been a forgettable halftime show had he not exposed her boob.
That's probably why he did it.
Yeah, that's probably why everybody remembers it because you got to see the boobie.
I remember this. 39 was Paul McCartney. I mean, listen to this lineup. They had Paul McCartney in 39. For 40, they had the Rolling Stones. Of course, 2007, 41 with the Colts. We had Prince, which is one of the best Super Bowl halftime shows ever, I think. It's one of my top two. Between that one and 42 was the Patriots and the Giants. Was that? Oh, no, that was the first one, wasn't it? That was in Arizona. Tom Petty.
Yeah, I bet that one was really good, too.
Prince and Tom Petty are my top two. Springsteen's played. The Who played. I remember when The Who played.
I thought that one was kind of lame.
I like The Who. The Black Eyed Peas. The sound was terrible.
I think The Who had the same issue as the Black Eyed Peas. Of their sound system sucked. Because I remember the Black Eyed Peas played for the Colts second one, and it was
45.
Kind of sorted out some of their sound system. And I've watched the Black Eyed Peas like live performances on like YouTube and stuff. And they're never that bad.
Madonna played one. LMFAO. Madonna was the headliner. LMFAO, Cirque du Soleil, Nicki Minaj, MIA, CeeLo Green, Beyonce. I remember that one. I wasn't big on that one. Destiny's Child was the. What's this one? Is this 48? 48 was Bruno Mars with the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Bruno Mars.
That was good.
That's my number one.
Yeah, he's such an entertainer.
But then you got Katy Perry with the Left Shark in.
Oh yeah.
39 with Missy Elliott in Arizona, and I kept on. The only thing I remember this is because it says Missy Misdemeanor Elliott, and my dad would be like, "Can't we just get somebody good? Why do they have to play this crap all the time?" And my mom, bless her heart, she's like, "That's Misdemeanor Elliott, John." And she said it like 3 times. That's Misdemeanor Elliott. That's Missy Misdemeanor Elliott. I was like,
has she ever got a misdemeanor though?
I don't know, but she was. Yeah. That was her name. She was Missy Misdemeanor Elliott, and my mom just kept repeating Misdemeanor Elliott for some reason, and it just cracked me up. Because since I'm a boomer, my parents, my parents are pre-boomers, believe it or not. So
that is hands down the worst halftime show ever.
Which one?
Coldplay.
Oh God,
Coldplay.
I was dreading that. I got in trouble because I think I was quoted as saying if Coldplay Buddy Hollied into the side of a mountain, I wouldn't be sad. I got a lot of trouble for saying that.
They have one good song in Viva La Vida.
That wasn't even good. I thought Yellow was better.
No, because all they tried to do in that Super Bowl was make a political statement.
You had Beyonce, Coldplay, Beyonce, Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars saved that halftime show.
Yeah.
He really did. If Bruno Mars wouldn't have been there, that would have sucked. But the Lady Gaga show was good. That was 51.
Yeah.
She put on a good show. I don't remember Justin Timberlake.
He did a lot of like Prince covers.
Is that when everybody thought that they were going to get back together with NSYNC and they didn't come out?
Oh, I forgot.
Do not remember.
Big of a letdown.
Huh?
The Maroon 5 one and the one in Georgia. I remember there was a big rumor going around that Big Boy and Andre 3000 were going to get back together for that one in Atlanta, and also they were going to do a SpongeBob was going to show up for the halftime show.
Oh, that's right.
And they actually Travis Scott getting introed into the concert was Squidward's voice, and then it was Travis Scott doing his stupid song that was a hit that year.
Yeah, I remember watching it with my parents. My mom's like, "What the heck is this?" Like they did not like it. They did not like Sicko Mode.
Yeah, Sicko Mode. Travis Scott intro referencing "Sweet Sweet Victory" by SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Oh, that pissed me off. I turned it off after that.
Is that when everybody got pissed off about the SpongeBob thing?
Yeah,
I remember that. Then last year we had Shakira and J-Lo.
Honestly, the best visual halftime.
Yeah.
Those hips.
And Shakira and her tongue.
That's right.
Out the camera.
The goat meme started hitting.
So
I could say my top 3 were, if I put a top 5 together in no particular order, it would be Tom Petty, Prince, Paul McCartney, U2, and
us 2. Oh, thank you.
Probably Springsteen. But I remember that Aerosmith, NSYNC, Britney Spears one wasn't too bad though. But I think those would be my top 5.
Mine, Shakira and J-Lo, Bruno Mars.
Well, Bruno Mars. It'd probably be Bruno Mars over Springsteen.
The Justin Timberlake was good, Prince was good, and Lady Gaga was pretty good.
Yeah.
But mine is also recency biased because, we're younger, and it's, more of our music than...
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I really don't remember a lot. I do remember the Prince one a lot because I remember the stage was shaped like a guitar.
Yeah.
And he had that...
Purple Rain. He sang Purple Rain.
Behind, he was like, and he was like behind like a curtain or something, and you can see his outline.
That was
really
freaking awesome. But I do remember. I've always been a big Tom Petty fan, and you know what? He just came out there and he just sang a song, and he just sang everything. He had American Girl, I Won't Back Down, Free Falling, and Running Down a Dream. He came out and sang them, and that was it. And it's okay with me. So,
I'm sure. How do we think what?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, how do we think the Weeknd's gonna do today?
His these are gonna be amazing because it's the Weeknd and he's a great performer, or it's gonna suck completely. It's not gonna be in the middle like a mess show, kind of like Katy Perry's.
Yeah.
You think it's gonna be like Katy Perry's? Oh, the only thing I know him from is that song that's on TikTok. You know that.
That's on the set list. It's already on the set list on Wikipedia, and they haven't even played it yet. Yeah.
What is it? That song?
Blinding Lights. Yeah.
Wait, does he sing "Cake by the Ocean"?
No.
It shows you how up to date I am.
No.
Is that it? Blinding Lights. Is that song?
Yeah.
The one thing I'm extremely excited about with the Weeknd is he does a lot of music with Daft Punk. And I'm hoping Daft Punk makes an appearance.
Oh, yeah, that'd be awesome.
Aren't they European, though?
They're French, yeah.
Yeah, they can't get over here.
Yeah,
I had no idea. That's cool. Yeah, with with COVID, they were trapped
all the time.
You can't say that it's not my music. Hell, I love the Bruno Mars one. That was good. Listen to this lineup he sang. He sang Locked Out of Heaven, Treasure, Runaway Baby. Then he sang Give It Away with Red Hot Chili Peppers. And then he sang Just the Way You Are. I mean, that's a solid. That's some solid.
I actually go back at least every once in a while. Every couple of months, I'll rewatch his show.
The Katy Perry, the left shark guy on Katy Perry, though. You can't beat that one.
So he's probably definitely gonna. Yeah, I hope they do Starboy. That'd be good. That's what that.
Yeah. If I hear the Around the World intro, I'm gonna cream myself.
What?
Be prepared to change your pants. Get fresh underwear.
I don't know that many. I have heard the new that I have been hearing the Weeknd song. Let me look up the Weeknd and say what. Oh wait, hold on. We forgot about something. Speaking of halftime shows, so it was. Let's see what the halftime show was. So this was in 1999. Okay. So anybody know what the halftime show was in 1999? Here we go. I didn't watch it. I'll tell you that right now. The halftime show was Super Bowl 33. Which was the Broncos and the Falcons. So the Broncos won that one. They had Gloria Estefan, Stevie Wonder, Big Bad Voodoo Daddy, and Savion Glover. Okay, but on the USA Network, that was during the Attitude Era of the WWF, now the WWE. So they had Sunday Night Heat.
What?
So they had Sunday night. So they had Halftime Heat, which was an empty arena match between The Rock and Mankind for the WWF Championship, right? So it was kind of hokey and funny at the same time, but it didn't matter because.
Well, isn't that the WWF anyways?
In the Attitude Era, yes. I mean, they were all over that arena. They were backstage. They were hitting each other with golf carts and you know.
Let's be honest. I grew up in the Attitude Era.
So Mankind, he beats The Rock for the WWF Championship, right? And it was a no holds barred match. No rules, anything. And I remember The Rock got knocked down somehow, and so you see The Rock laying on the ground, right? And you see Mankind driving a forklift, and he comes over, and like there's a camera shot of The Rock like on the ground, like he's watching the pallet come down on top of him. So Mankind lowers this pallet on top of The Rock, and then he gets on top of the pallet. And they 1, 2, 3 count it, and that's how Mankind wins the WWF Championship over The Rock on Sunday Night Heat. I was wondering how many people got a. It doesn't say. I don't know if it talks about that on this counter programming. It does not. They don't bring up the counter programming for that, so I don't know what the I don't know how many viewers went over to watch. Went over to watch that.
I got a question. Is there any counter programming you guys have ever actually like turned the Super Bowl off to watch?
Just the halftime shows.
No, not that I remember.
Those are the only two I remember. Was In Living Color and the halftime heat, because the Rock of Mankind we watched those. Those are the only two I remember. But it was like a 20-minute time frame, so you knew to switch back to the game.
Yeah,
you didn't miss anything.
20 minutes is still, a good time to turn off that show.
The Katy Perry halftime show was seen by 118.5 million viewers. It's the most watched television broadcast in American history.
Oh, that'd be that one then.
Good God. And I believe the performers do not get paid for the halftime shows, if I'm correct.
I don't think they do. I think it's for the most part, it's a big advertising thing for them, because if you look at like their ratings, for the most part, afterwards, it's always gone up.
Right. Well, I don't know. I might have switched over and watched the Butt Bowl with Beavis and Butthead in 1994. Oh, no, wait, hold on. Maybe 1998, which was Super Bowl 32. On Celebrity Deathmatch, they had Howard Stern versus Kathy Lee Gifford, Pamela Anderson versus RuPaul, and Hanson versus the Spice Girls. I might have actually watched that.
I forgot about Celebrity Deathmatch. Oh, what a good show.
In 1999, they had Dolly Parton versus Jennifer Lopez, Michael Jackson versus Madonna, and Mike Tyson versus Evander Holyfield. So they've all had... They had a lingerie bowl in 2004 on pay-per-view, and then in 2005, of course, you had Girls Gone Wild, which was the king of late-night paid programming. Was those commercials? Girls Gone Wild. That's 2005.
I'd stay up late at night just to turn Spike TV or Comedy Central on just to see those commercials when I was little.
The Hallmark Channel had an alternate programming if you wanted. From the Heart, favorite commercials from Hallmark cards as alternate programming to the Super Bowl. It aired during a Little House on the Prairie marathon for Super Bowl 41. So you could have switched off Prince to watch that, or you could have switched to Fuse for the Pants Off Dance Off. Panther Bowl 1, dancing strippers, football clothing to the music. Oh, dancers stripping football clothing to the music of Super Bowl halftime performer Prince. Fuse also broadcast a wardrobe malfunction marathon of the program on the day of the game. So there was all kinds of course, you had the Puppy Bowl, which now the Puppy Bowl's gotten so big, it's like on regular TV.
Yeah. Does that usually plays before the Super Bowl, right? Like
it was on today, but it was hosted by Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart. The ones this year are Puppy Bowl 16. Hallmark Channel is showing the Kitten Bowl 7, and the Natchem Seagull Network has the Kosher Halftime Show, featuring Mir Kay, Simcha Leaner, and Ashley Baker. There you go. Oh, no, that was last year. I'm sorry. There is no alternate programming for this year.
Huh.
So, of all the halftime shows, I remember Super Bowl 15. It was a Mardi Gras themed thing, and they had like a Mardi Gras parade come out during halftime.
That sounds cool. Was anybody throwing beads?
It was like women, it was like people in beads and like flashy clothing with umbrellas and a jazz band. It really wasn't like a Mardi Gras parade.
Well,
it was just kind of like Mardi Gras.
It was do so much.
There was like and I remember that, and I don't remember why I remember that, but I don't remember what happened in. And I mean I remember that game. That's the year the Raiders beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl, and they were the first wild card team to win the Super Bowl.
Nice.
So, Super Bowl 18 was the University of Florida and Florida State marching bands, produced by the Walt Disney Company. I don't remember that halftime show. and that's the Raiders beat the Redskins. So I only go back to like Super Bowl 10, 11. So as the ones I remember.
I do have a question for you guys. I was thinking about this. So, I mean, a lot of the halftime shows are, at least all of them, if not most of them, recently, are all like musicians, really. Do you think there could ever be any other form of entertainment, like for halftime shows? Like, I'd love to see like a comedy stand-up halftime show.
But would it keep people at the stadium in their seats?
Would it sell ad space?
Yeah, that's one thing. I guess the ad thing.
Plus, it depends on the comedian. I mean, like if they had like Dane Cook, even in his prime, I would look for alternate programming.
Same. Like Daniel Cook in his prime couldn't do it. The Redneck Comedy Tour probably couldn't do it.
You don't think the Redneck? I bet you the Redneck Comedy Tour could do it. They're more wholesome. That's a big.
Or even Gabriel Iglesias. Those two could do it. You could even have multiple ones. You could do like two 15-minute sets or something.
I just think the music is probably a safer, more productive
But all right. So, and I know, like, okay, so they got the Weeknd this year. They have really gotten into more of the modern music lately, and I don't know if does that hurt them a little with the people watching the game?
Because you got to think of it this way: there are probably more people mine and Mikey's age than like maybe your age watching it now. Like,
I don't believe that because your age group doesn't. They don't go to sporting events anymore. I mean, that's just a statistical fact.
Show me the stats.
That's straight across the board.
Find me the stats that show that, and I'll believe you.
Nobody goes. They don't go to baseball games. They don't have time. They don't want to go sit and they want to do something else. The last older person they had was Madonna, and I mean that's 80s, 90s. They had the Black Eyed Peas. The last older group that they had was the Who, and that was 11 years ago.
Also, look at it this way: the newer music probably sells, has better viewers, more viewers. Katy Perry
apparently you haven't been to a Kiss or Def Leppard show because they sell out arenas out the ass, and so does the Rolling Stones, and that goes back as far as 2015. The Stones
Katy
toured
Perry
last time.
Lady Gaga, The Weeknd, and Bruno Mars. They all sell out stadiums.
They need Metallica.
Yeah, and exactly.
You know what?
I remember hearing. Okay, let's now that we're talking about, let's talk about the people who've done halftime shows, who are still in the mainstream making music, right? Because I don't think there's going to be a lot of them. We're the Black Eyed Peas. We haven't heard from them in years.
They didn't really break up. They did like a soft breakup. They still come together and do stuff.
LMFAO, CeeLo Green, Nicki Minaj. She done got booted out by Cardi B.
LMFAO had a pretty nasty breakup.
MIA.
Maroon 5 still together.
Yeah. Destiny's Child. Well, that's Beyonce. Bruno Mars is still popular. Lenny Kravitz played with Katy Perry. Lenny Kravitz is phenomenal. I saw him open for Aerosmith. Coldplay. Beyonce. Bruno Mars didn't. Hopefully Bruno Mars got something coming out soon. Lady Gaga. Justin Timberlake. He's still doing stuff. Is Travis Scott and Big Boy doing stuff?
Big Boy's a producer. He hasn't really done music since at least to my knowledge since he and when Outkast broke up.
Right.
But he does producing.
But I mean, a lot of these. I remember this interview with Joe Elliott. Joe Elliott is lead singer of Def Leppard. And so like back in the day, and even this even goes way back, like John Mellencamp, he had a minor hit on his second record, which was "I Need a Lover." On it was nothing. What was it? Nothing Else Matters, and What If It Did? And nothing came off his first album. Def Leppard didn't really hit till Pyromania, and I think that was their second or third record. Bon Jovi didn't hit till Slippery When Wet, which was their second or third record. Back then, I mean, even New Kids on the Block, it was their second record before they did anything, and I think the Backstreet Boys was the same way. You didn't hit big until your second or third record. You might have gotten some airplay from your first record, but that's kind of where you kind of built your fans in. You know what I mean? And nowadays, if you don't hit on your first record, you're nothing. And then if your second record doesn't hit, you're gone. And he's right. How do you establish a fan base when it's your first record that hits huge? You know what I mean? Usually you start out with your first record, or your second record gets a little bigger. You start opening for people, then you go out and do your own headlining tour. You don't have that. Very rarely do you have that anymore, which I think hurts the longevity of musicians.
Yes, I never really thought about it. I don't know. Yeah. I'm guessing they're just trying to put out hits that'll go on TikTok or something, and then they'll get known or something. I don't know.
I mean, where is Nicki Minaj? Is she still popular? I don't know.
Her booty is what?
Is it because of like she's been replaced by Cardi B
and someone else?
But I guess what my point on that is, okay, so like we've had Tom Petty, and we had you had Prince, Tom Petty, Bruce Springsteen, The Who, McCartney, U2 in 20, 30 years, because I mean McCartney started in the 60s. Springsteen started in the 70s. Petty started in the 70s. So did Prince. And they're playing the Stones started in the 60s. They're playing music for the halftime show 30, 40 years after they were big. In 30 or 40 years, who from this era is going to be playing a halftime show?
Maroon 5, I don't know. Bruno Mars.
I mean, are they going to have is LMFAO going to get back together for Super Bowl 72 and come out and sing Party Rock Anthem?
No, because those two guys, from what I hate each other now.
Well, but the Eagles hated each other and they got back together. I mean, I'm just asking. I am curious.
I don't know, because we're not there yet.
I mean, I could see maybe Lady Gaga or Justin Timberlake doing it, obviously. Like you said, Maroon 5. But is Travis Scott going to be, is he that big where he could come back in 20 years? Is he going to be like, say, like if LL Cool J came out and sang at the halftime show, I would be like, holy crap, it's LL Cool J.
So.
Huh?
Travis Scott wasn't a headliner.
No, he wasn't.
But I mean, I don't know. He might be able to come back. It'd be like, maybe I'm thinking too much of Travis Scott, but he's not a headliner, so it doesn't make sense. But I'm thinking like maybe in a little, like 5 years or so. Maybe 10 years he could come out. But it's like, if maybe P. Diddy or something, if he came out right now, that'd be like almost the same as if Travis Scott came out in 10 years or something.
Well, if P. Diddy came out, even Nelly, we all know that rap careers they're not long, really, for a lot of them. I mean, I love Nelly. Nelly was super hot in the early 2000s. Do they even play him anymore? I mean, is he making music?
I don't think he is.
This goes for Run DMC. This goes for the Beastie Boys. This goes for LL Cool J. The people that paved the way for rap music. You know.
Oh my God, he's talking to Peyton.
Huh? I mean, I have to search to see if Ice Cube's putting out new movies. Yeah, new music. So the rap careers don't seem to last as long as maybe a pop career or a country career, and country's getting the same way. It's just a flash in the pan. So I am kind of curious of who, let's say 20 years from now, who from today's era would be playing 20 years from now. I could say Linkin Park would have probably been there.
Yeah. I like
Pearl Jam could play now, I think.
Easy.
A lot of those guys are gone though. The guy from Alice
I
in
would think
Chains
a
is
lot
gone.
of rock stars.
The Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters. Yeah, that's.
I could see the Foo Fighters playing a halftime show.
Yeah.
Or Blink 182. So, it's just an interesting thing to think about. Who's popular now would be able to play.
Justin Bieber.
I agree. That's what I said. Justin Timberlake is one of those that could play 20 years from now, and he may still be putting out music.
Not Timberlake.
Bieber and Timberlake are two different people, Boomer.
Oh, Justin Bieber could be that would be a good show. Why don't they get Justin Bieber? He's safe. I like that Lonely song he's got. His music has matured.
That got me.
Maybe they could get Ludacris. That would be, he's really not appropriate, lyric appropriate for the halftime show, but still.
Okay.
Post Malone? Will Post Malone be around in 20 years?
No.
You're so confident in that.
Oh, I like him, but yeah, not 20 years. Maybe give him 5, but
his music's only good for the edgy kids right now.
So we could say in 20 years we might see Bruno Mars, Maroon 5, Justin Timberlake, Lady Gaga, right? That's a pretty good set, actually. Maybe some Lil Dicky. We should get some Lil Dicky out there. Maybe he could play a halftime show. I've been pulling for years to have Weird Al Yankovic to do the halftime show. That would be awesome.
He'll never pull any crowd.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he won't. Everybody will turn the channel. I like him.
Nobody would turn the channel.
Wrong. I like him, but yeah, he'll have people turn the channel.
No, he would. I think Weird Al could headline a Super Bowl halftime show. If you've ever seen him live,
be a guest.
If you've ever seen him live, you would probably change your mind that he couldn't carry a halftime show.
I'm sure he has a lot of energy, but he'll probably. You know what? I'm surprised they haven't gotten is like, oh, fuck, what's his name?
No, not him.
Garth Brooks.
Well, I was looking in '94. I think it was 1994. They had a country halftime show. See, they could do a boy band halftime show now. They could have the Backstreet Boys, New Kids on the Block, Boys to Men. They could all do one show. That would be kind of cool. Let's see when there was a country one, but it did not have Garth Brooks, but he might have been too big.
Yeah, they had.
New Kids on the Block did play 25.
They had a country one. I forget when it was, but I saw it.
Yeah, here it is. It was Super Bowl 28, which is the Georgia Dome. Oh. It had Clint Black, Tanya Tucker, Travis Tritt, and the Judds. Now, I could see Travis Tritt. That guy can play. He's good in concert. I saw him probably around that era. Super Bowl, that was who? That was Buffalo and Dallas. Oh, that was a horrible Super Bowl. Yeah, they had Stevie Wonder, Ashley Judd, Lisa Hartman Black, the Georgia Satellites, Joe Namath, Elijah Wood, and Charlie Daniels all joined in the finale of Love Can Build a Bridge by the Judds. So they've had one country halftime show. But yeah, I think Garth Brooks could pull it off. I don't know. I don't listen to country that much. Maybe Luke Combs. Maybe Luke Bryan.
Maybe Morgan Wallen. No.
Yeah, Morgan Wallen can pull it off now. Sure.
He's canceled. He ain't doing nothing.
Miley Cyrus. She will never get asked to do a halftime show.
Yeah.
Dead.
She will hump up.
Hell yeah.
She won't play football. I don't know why that Justin Timberlake, Janet Jackson one is not as popular. You had P. Diddy sang Bad Boy for Life. And then you had Hot in Here by Nelly, Mo Money, Mo Problems. Then you had Kid Rock come out and sing Ball with the Ball and Cowboy. And then Rhythm Nation was Janet Jackson. And then they did Rock Your Body. That was Justin Timberlake. That was the only song he sang. Justin Timberlake with Janet Jackson, Rock Your Body. And then he exposed her nipple.
Nice.
That was in 2004. Can you believe that was that long ago?
We're old men now.
Then they got safe and went.
Especially you.
That's when the older people started coming in, because the years that followed was McCartney, the Stones, then Prince, then Tom Petty, then Springsteen, then the Who. Then they started circling back around again in 2011 for 45, which was Black Eyed Peas. So there's your history of the halftime shows. And that was the Steelers and the Packers. That was Aaron Rodgers' first Super Bowl win, or his only Super Bowl win. So there you go.
Who's going to win tonight? Who we got? I know we said this probably last week, but
Chiefs.
I
don't know. Brady's just. It would be kind of cool to see a home team win, but I freaking hate the Buccaneers. God Almighty.
Good.
So I don't care who wins. I'm going to say the Chiefs by 3. Just because it's an AFC team.
They would cover.
Chiefs by 3. There you go. That's my pick. And I'm sure we'll discuss it on next week's episode.
You want to take us out with some shower thoughts, Mikey?
All right. It's a short one. I looked for it, and I kind of like it. Kind of. I don't know. Anyway, your stomach thinks all potato is mashed.
Very true.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's an iffy one. I'm not really sure on that one, but
that was okay.
I'll come back. Oh wait, no, there's this other one I was gonna read, but
read it.
All right, you convinced me. When a pregnant woman swims, she is a human submarine. Is that a little better?
That was a good one. I like that one.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Well, I guess I'll take us out with that.
No, hold on. Like, comment, subscribe, on the YouTube, on Spotify, on podcast, iTunes podcast, tune in. No one comments still, so
no one's, but they're still getting thumbs down, guy. So hi to the thumbs down guy. We got another episode for you to not like right here for you. So you're welcome.
All right. If you don't know who Hoosier Nerds are, I don't remember how good.
No, it's got to be like. We'll keep you up to date on all the movie, video games, sometimes music, sometimes streaming episodes, and of course, we're always talking about movies and sports. And you'll never have to wonder, who's your nerds?